Howdy friends, my name is Wes Lee. My life is working on band instruments. Howdy friends, my name is Wes Lee. Thanks for stopping by my shop today. I opened my own shop and started a YouTube channel because I wanted to show what the band instrument repair trade was all about. Got a bunch of different little things happening today. Thought I'd drop an update, maybe do multiple times this week. So we're going to jump right into it and I'll talk about each thing as we go. Let's go. First up, we got this old con trombone that's got some dent issues and a lot of tarnish. But the biggest thing that was sent to me for was the connector ring was broken. So we got a new one, and I've got the receiver off here, the tenon receiver off. Get all this put back together. But the customer wants this brass piece to be silver plated. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm running some tests on silver plating. Here's a piece that, this is a test ferrule that I just did. Seems to be working much better. I'm getting it dialed in. So the silver plate's going to look good. We're going to do another piece. We'll go ahead and drop that in. This is just a bearing plate for a French horn, some vintage French horn that I had. So I have not degreased it. I finished rouge buffing this side. On the back side, I did a brush finish and it still got grease and stuff on it. So we're going to drop this in the ultrasonic and let it cook, and I'll take you around and show you some other stuff. Okay, I'll get our part, put it down in the little basket. 39 degrees Celsius, 3 minutes. We'll get that kicked off. Over here on the bench, I've got this vintage Mark VI that I'm rebuilding. We're doing a mechanical overhaul on it. And I'll drop in some pictures of before I cleaned it. The goal here is to keep all of this beautiful patina and to take off the green. This morning I got up and I put in my patina sealing wax. Let me zoom in here. And maybe I'll come again. We're going to go look at the bell. And before, when it would hit the raw brass, it would go dull again. And this is my patina sealer, and it's made this nice and shine coat over the whole thing. And I'm really happy about that. You can see all the way down. So this is looking great. You can see on the body how it picks up the light and has shine. And it's going to seal it so that it doesn't turn so green so fast. But there's so much mojo in this horn. This particular instrument was the saxophone heard on Mr. Big Stuff, Dorothy Moore's music, Misty Blue. One of my favorite groups playing rhythm and blues music was from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That was the Howlers, Omar and the Howlers. That's Kent Dykes. They later went to Texas. This horn's been seen on Austin city limits. I mean, this is real deal stuff here, and it's just amazing. And I've still got some, springs to change. There's going to be multiple strings. We're going to take the stainless off and go back with the blue. But this is a cool work in progress. I'm happy with where we are on this today. Got the dents out of it. And then let's step right over here. Over here, I've got the keys that I have put the patina sealer on. You can see they're very glazed over. And here is one that I have hand buffed. And you notice that there's lacquer still back on the back side of the key, but notice how on the raw brass that it's got this beautiful shine to it, and that seals it up. And there's no green. And so this is one that I have to do. And then here's the neck. Had probably a Barkus Berry pickup. installed. But when you buff that patina sealer off, look at that. So you have your patina, you have that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful raw brass, and it seals it, and it gives a little bit of a flat shine, but it will keep all the parts from turning green so fast. It will turn back, but just not quite so fast. This is a very cool project to be working on. Let's go check our ultrasonic. Okay, that's done. Let's pull this out. All right, let's fish it out of here. And now we'll take this over and hook it up. So we're going to loop this through. We're going to drop this down. Add the other side. Add our power. Now I was expecting more bubbling when I saw this, but it doesn't really do any of that. And I think what I want to do, because I'm trying to do two different finishes on this test piece, I'm probably going to flip the other side towards the anode. May have to devise myself some kind of a spinny jig deal before I do this. After rinsing it in the distilled water, buffing this out a little bit with the silver polish cloth. Do this backside, so a little more in the crevices here on the scratch brush part for this back. Okay. Well, that's not a bad test. Let's have a look. So this is the back side, the side that I brushed. You can see the brush marks in there, but a beautiful white silver color. And then this side is the side that I buffed. And other than the deep nicks that were really in there, and of course the engraving, it's a beautiful silver color. That's going to come out real nice. And then here's the ferrule, my first piece that I did, that ferrule. It's off an old Con 20K. So I stripped off all the burn lacquer and got that going. So this piece will end up looking like this, and I will probably also do the tenon receiver, both of these, in this. Pretty cool. Science. I've had several people comment on this rack that I built, and it's on wheels. Originally, all of my gear was in a trailer. It was all mobile, and then the world shut down. I made this. My intent was that, we were only going to be out of work for a couple of weeks. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll build this. I built it on wheels. And it's just my trombone rods, there's some flute rods, knuckle rods, rollers, dent machine stuff here, valve tools, some of the valve tools. Some other valve tools are in my top box tool chest and stuff over here, power disc, balls. But the whole idea of this was to be able to roll it out to the trailer, load it all up, and be able to take off and go. And it's done really well for that. These tubes, these are built for a new rig that I'm working on now. I'm almost finished with, but so these are gonna come into play in that rig, and I just didn't really have anywhere to store them. But that's all this is, and it's a let's see. Take my sandpapers off. So this is it from the side. You can see this is just 2x4s. I built a 2x4 frame. It's 3/4 plywood on the base, some big heavy wheels on it. I made sections where it would, boards going across. I basically built this out of scrap lumber that I had around the shop. This that holds the valve burnishers, this was a drill press project that I gave my son. I wanted holes evenly spaced throughout, and I wanted them all on the center line, so we marked it out, and he did it. He drilled it. So that's all this is. It's just built on a triangle, so what's in front, you can always put your tall stuff out there. So it's nothing earth-shattering, but it does work very well for me. And like I said, I can wheel it around, and I dig it. It makes a good addition. I used industrial grade. They had some in sample jars at my local big box store, and so it's little samples for like $3. And most all of it is painted. The very back on the other side, I ran out, and so. But I do have gear on both sides. That's another thing that I really like. And so now I bring it up against this bench, and it gives a place for that to go. Well, all right. Thanks everybody for stopping by the shop today. Wanted to kind of go over some things that are happening. This super cool trombone came from someone who watches my YouTube videos. So I feel so honored that you would trust me with your instrument like that. And I've had several people that have sent me instruments now. I've got some other stuff that's going to be coming down the pipe soon. We're entering Friday Night Light season, so I'm getting busy with that. I'm really liking that. I'm liking to be busy again after a year of finding things to do. But I'm so blessed to be on my own, have this shop, be working. Hey, if you have ideas for videos, let me know. If you want to see how something is done, let me know. I'll try to do it. If you know somebody that they think they might be interested in a trade like this, show them one of these videos. Show them what this is about. You know, when I came through almost 30 years ago, there were only 2 repair schools. Glad that we have the way to communicate with these YouTube videos to talk about different things. I do appreciate everybody watching. It's fun. It's fun to make these. Little hairy at times, but it is fun to make these and interact with you on this platform. So this is Wes Lee signing out.